Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good evening, morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. It is wonderful connecting with you, saying hi, hello, how do you do? What is happening? What's going on with you? Blessings, blessings, and more blessings I speak unto you. For those who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it. For those who will hashtag and replay it, I love it. For those who will be on and I don't know you on and I might not never know you on, I'd appreciate that. And for those who will be used by God at some point down the road to encourage this girl, let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. Welcome, 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 welcome. And so we're continuing our conversation today. This thing called love. Um, and love again. Um, 1 second. Um, is one of the most powerful transforming agents in the universe. Uh, and I choose love over all every time. Um, uh, 1 second, I'm trying to look up something. Yeah, so I choose it over every time, every time, and so I invite us when we're thinking about just life, doing life, engaging people, engaging just what life has to offer us. I invite us to choose a life of love versus a life of fear. To choose a life of love versus a life of fear, right? And so when we think about it, um, fear is limiting, fear is contraction, fear is turning away from, right? With if we live a life of fear, we become preoccupied with preventing pain, with rejection and failure and embarrassment, and um, and things of that nature. Um, and when we live a life of love, our capacity increases. We expand our capacity. Um, we still do uncomfortable things like say no, tell the truth, grieve, apologize, end something, begin something, admit we don't know something. Like we still do um, um, uncomfortable things, but it's expanding us, right? It expands. Whereas fear contracts us, brings us inward. Love expands us. Um, and so I invite us to live an expansive life. And love will help us to do that. Um, and so, right, if we're responding from a place of 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 fear, right, then like we have to prove that we're right. If we're responding from a place of love, then we can listen without surrendering what we believe, right? If we're responding from a place of, that's if somebody disagrees with us. If somebody criticizes us, we fear will have us defend, attack, and shut down. Where love will say, "Is there anything here I need to consider?" right? Doesn't mean that we agree, but we consider. If we make a mistake, fear will have us say, I'm stupid. I always mess up things up. Um, love will say, I made a mistake. What can I learn? How can I repair? Um, if I don't know what happened, fear will have us to catastrophize and try to control everything. Love will have us to say, I don't know yet. I'll respond to what comes. When someone crosses a boundary, fear will have us to stay quiet or to avoid conflict or to explode after tolerating too much, right? And the reason you're exploding is because you kept letting them cross your boundary. Love will say, this isn't okay with me. Do you see? This isn't okay with me. If we feel hurt, fear will have us to retaliate or withdraw. Love will have us to name the hurt without intentionally causing more hurt, right? If we feel jealous, which we do sometimes, love will have us to control, accuse, and compare, where fear will have us to examine what the jealousy is revealing about our needs or our fears. Good morning, Cuckoo. Good morning. Love you, love you, love you. Good morning. Erica. Hey, Erica. Good morning, Erica. Love you right back. Lynn. Hey, cousin. Good morning, cousin. Love you, ladies, to life. Right? So, I'm talking about the difference between living a life that's based in love, driven by love, informed by love, versus living a life driven by and informed by fear. Fear will have us playing it small, living small, always in defense of something, always finding ourselves, you know, um, always finding ourselves um, contracting, getting smaller and smaller and smaller. That's fear. We don't have time to live in fear. We don't. We don't have time to live. Now there are things to be cautious of. There are things to have fear as a result of. Yeah. And those things we can have fear. We can experience fear, but we don't want to live in fear, right? We certainly want to be use wisdom. And things that are dangerous, we want to have fear for those things and those situations, right? If they're dangerous, we don't want to put ourselves in dangerous situations. Do you see? If things are dangerous. So yes, we should be afraid of somebody driving way too fast, right? We should be afraid of somebody driving way too fast and and right, of somebody driving way too fast um and they're reckless and being reckless. We should be afraid of that. We should get out the way, get ourselves out of harm's way when someone is doing something like that. Do you see? And so I invite us to to decide that love is our informant. Love is our example. Love is our way. And will that we will live from a place of love. We will respond from a place of love, right? That we will live from, we will respond from a place of love, no matter what. Because everything else, falling short of love, is falling short of the best that life has to offer us. All right, now, Kathy. Falling short of love is falling short of the best that life has to offer us. Ray Price is hump day. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Right? It's falling best of what life has to offer us. And so let's not fall short of love. Let's not fall short of love. Let's increase our love quotient, our love capacity. Let's increase love. Let's let love have its way, right? Let's let love have its way. Um, right? Let's let love have its way. Um, because fear will have us to be suspicious of people, acting out our own selves, right? We'll act out our own selves when we are suspicious of people. We'll see things that are not there. Love allows us to, um, right? Love allows us to, what was I going to say? To have more patience. So, love based responses is compassion, trust, authenticity, abundance, and courage. Where our core energy in a fear based response is anxiety, scarcity, defensiveness, control, and avoidance. Come on, look at the difference there, right? When love based, when we're motivated by love based responses, we will look at connections, growth, truth, empathy, and inner alignment. Where when we're looking at fear based responses, we will be motivated by rejection, fear, being hurt, judgment, or loss of control. Come on now. Come on. Just look at the difference in the way that one lives. Falling short of love is short, is falling short of the best that life has to offer. Right. That's right. Hey Tosha, good morning, dear. Good morning. Good morning. Um, good morning. You're right, Erica, right? Falling short of love is falling short of the best that life has to offer us. When we choose love over fear, we're choosing bondage. We're choosing some type of limitation. We're choosing some type of shortcoming. And when I say love, I don't mean doormat. I don't mean that we are just, Pollyannish walking around with rosy colored glasses. Absolutely. Far from that. When I talk about love, love is one of the most, thank you for your love, it's one of the most powerful transforming agents in the universe. It ain't soft, y'all. It ain't soft, right? I'm about to go off on a tangent. Thank you, Bri. Hey, Bri. Good morning, sis. I love you right back. I'm about to go off on a tangent. I'm just saying, I don't go off on tangents often, but this is one that I do not like. I do not like this whole idea of the soft girl era. Now, unless I don't understand it, from the ways that I've heard it, it seems like um, that it's pretense. That I'm gonna act like I can't do some things just so that men can do it for me. Now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't have the thing, but if that's it, that's pretense. That's not authenticity. That's setting yourself up and setting him up for challenges down the road. Like we don't have to, like we all can have our roles. And who defined the role anyway? Right, not in our family, right? I don't like it. I hear it. It comes up every now and then, and it feels just like I know I'm off on a. This is a love. I'm off on a tangent here. Okay, just like I don't like. I think that it sets us up for failure when we go on a date and put our best foot forward. Do you know what I mean by that? Like we're going on a date, we get all dialed up and we're pretending. Everybody is showing their best face. Show your true face. Show your authentic face. Yes, if we're going to go out, we're probably going to dress up. But I'm talking about the extra, where you extra and you're pretending like I don't know if women still do it, but you'll go out and don't order what you would really want to eat because you don't want him to think you eat a lot. If you eat a lot, you eat a lot. Like, we need to know that in advance. This whole pretense things, it it's something I just don't like because I don't think it's healthy. It doesn't set us up, for authentic, healthy, whole relationships. It sets us up to be shocked, surprised down the road. Now, it's so true, right? I think it's nonsense. Good morning, cousin. Good morning. All is well. Not me. My face shows it. LOL. Right? Right? And so, anyway, I just invite us to, and maybe I need to, anyway, I said soft in reference to love. It sent me down a bunny trail because I was thinking about this idea of I'm in my soft girl era. What does that mean? And maybe I need to go see what it means before I go off on it, right? Anyhow, that's about as much going off as I do. um, so love versus fear. Look, love versus fear. Living from a place of love, it's one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. Living from a place of love is so far from being soft, right? Kind. Now some people mistake kindness for softness. No. Niceness is living in a place of fear and living from a soft place. That's nice is. Nice doesn't say what needs to be said when it needs to be said because we're concerned about how somebody might feel, what somebody might think, niceness. Forget the niceness. Just like forget the and here, warning, what's coming next. Also forget the whole in love thing. I'm all over the place this morning. I don't even know what's happening right now, but we just gonna go with it for a second. Also, I don't believe in the whole falling in love thing, right? I think that's nonsense too. Now, I think falling in love has its place for coupling, but falling in love is a euphoria. It's like when people say you go mad when you fall in love because it's all of those hormones that's flowing all over the place and you don't see clearly. You don't see clearly now when you fall in love, right? No. Um, so I'm okay with falling in love for the coupling purpose, but we need to get out of that fall as soon as possible so that we can be sober and choose well based upon the reality of things and not through some I'm in love kind of lenses, because if you fall in easily, you can fall out easily. My preference is a mature love where we choose based on the actual things that are happening so we can see whether or not we're compatible or not. No, I absolutely don't. That's a whole Western construct that we came up with anyway. Nonsense. I don't even know what's happening this morning. Like, why I'm off all these tangents. I slept well. I did. I promise you. I look like I slept well. All right, let me take a sip of water here. Okay. Love versus a fear based response. Love versus a fear based response. Love is expansive. Love is solid. Love is anchoring. Love is transformative. It's good, right? Love is restorative. Fear is loss over and over and over again. So if you find yourself contracting, restricting, um, and as opposed to being expansive and open and inviting, right? Um, then I invite you to ask yourself, am I responding from a place of love or am I responding from a place of fear? and invite yourself back to love, right? Love won't let you down. It won't. Not never. All right. I love you. I do. I appreciate you. Thank you for being on, y'all. I had fun this morning. I went off on a couple of tangents. That's hilarious. Okay. And and at the moment that God gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished, you and I, we gave up the right to not be amazing. We just simply don't have the right to not be what we are. All right. Love you. Bye bye now.